Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we have some absolutely insane Hot Toys reveals to look at. So, let's just get straight into it. First off, we have a Hot Toys exclusive, which is Grand Admiral Thrawn in his Imperial armor. This one is just kind of a slop release, I'm not gonna lie. It's branded as Rebels, because of course he comes with his armor, but it's just reuse of the Ahsoka figure, which is completely inaccurate. I get that they're going for like the live action interpretation of the Rebels design, but they could have at least gotten rid of the fat suit underneath and also just updated the face, make him look a little bit younger, because all I see in this is just Unk Thrawn. Armor's cool, the holograms of Tarkin and Palpatine are cool, and I do love the look. If they'd have done this properly, this would have been a day one. I want more Rebels figures. But as is, this is just a pass. Maybe if it goes on deep discount, which it probably won't. It's Hot Toys, they never really do, unless it's a secondary market. This most likely is just going to be a figure that I don't get. And hopefully Hono Studios will do a Thrawn, because that is something I would definitely be in on. Next up, we got some more Mandalorian and Grogu reveals, and this one is the Imperial Remnant Stormtrooper. There is a deluxe and a base version, which is pretty cool, but the deluxe version is the one that I'm talking about today. I think this is a great looking figure. Looks automatically way better than the original Remnant Stormtrooper. The weathering looks great. All of the accessories are amazing as well. These are all accessories that we have seen with like the Black Series figures, but except for this new blaster that I believe is it's a World War One blaster, but it looks really cool. I like the look of it. I'm always down for more new blasters. And this is a figure that I think I might be in on. If I can give myself like a little Mandalorian shelf, I might be in on it. Just have Mando, this guy, and maybe one of the next reveals. But still, I think this is a really cool looking figure. For the price, it is a great offering. You're getting a lot of accessories. And of course, it is an army builder. You can get more than one. And because you can mix match all of these different kind of armor pieces, it's going to be a really fun figure, I think. And to be honest, I think it looks better in Hot Toys than both of the Black Series versions. But, that is to be expected. Overall, very solid release. I'm glad we're getting more Mando and Grogu stuff. If I enjoy the film, I'll be in on it. And then the other Mandalorian and Grogu reveal is the Imperial Remnant Stormtrooper. Once again, cool design, but this one annoys me a lot more because it isn't actually accurate to Mandalorian and Grogu or Empire Strikes Back. It's actually a mismatch of both, which is interesting because I get what they were trying to do, kind of make it so OT collectors can have a Snowtrooper too, because the original one is really expensive. Just picked that one up, by the way. Amazing figure. But the new one, it just, it's missing the more kind of pronounced details on the mask. The shoulder pads are different. And then for the OT, like the kind of cloth design is just a complete different color. So it is inaccurate to both, but I think it's a good release for people who do want a new Snowtrooper because it is a hard figure to get. In terms of the offering, though, it is amazing. You get two head sculpts, one with the kind of classic like face covering, and then one with like the kind of respirator underneath. You get two blasters as well. Actually, no, I believe it's three. It's the E11, the DLT 19 and then the DLT 20. I love that. I love getting more blasters. You also get the all-terrain mouse droid as well with like a little kind of like remote control, which is so cool. I love that. I am tempted to pick this figure up. If I do have a Mandalorian display, this definitely would go on it. But I just don't know if I can justify it with how inaccurate it is compared to the original version. But other than that, amazing looking figure. And then we did get another set of reveals, starting off with Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi. This one is also exclusive and is Artisan. I'm happy for people who love sequels. I'm glad that we are getting more sequel figures. It's like we got that Poe Dameron revealed last year. It's fine. It looks good. It looks great. I think this is probably one of Luke's best outfits in the sequels. But I'm just not personally that bothered by sequel figures. I'm glad they're experimenting more with Artisan. They need to perfect it a bit more. But it's just kind of meh to me. I don't particularly love it. I don't particularly hate it. Accessories are cool, coming with like the porg, the stick, the compass from Battlefront 2. I love that. I I really do love that. I don't know why, but it's just one of those things that always just stuck out to me about this outfit and Luke and just Battlefront 2 and The Last Jedi. But yeah, overall, just kind of a meh release. Happy for those who want it. This next one I'm very excited for. It is Maul from Maul Shadow Lord. I'm so happy we're getting this. The Clone Wars version of Maul is not very good, and they've just completely improved it with this version. They've given him the boots from Shadow Lord, the cloak, the Phantom Menace Maul head sculpt with new horns, so he hasn't got that awful face. And of course, he's got a couple new accessories as well, like his lightsaber. The new swoosh blades are really cool. We've finally got actual accurate swoosh blades, and I love that they have the kind of like Shadow Lord Maul kind of like animation style to them. I love that. He does come with two head sculpts as well, which is amazing. I'm just very excited for this figure. I love Darth Maul. I love Shadow Lord. I just watched episode 8 and I'm hooked. I mean I've been hooked since the beginning, but it genuinely is one of my favourite Star Wars shows at the moment. I'm so happy we're getting a Maul from Shadow Lord. Hopefully this means we might get a few more characters. Maybe a Rook, a Devon. I wouldn't mind that. Even just like a Marok. Like do an exclusive Marok that's like his Maul Shadow Lord appearance. Or do the 11th brother with like the kind of crow mask. I will buy anything from Maul Shadow Lord. But yeah, this is really cool, and I'm glad Hot Toys are actually doing it. Next up, we have one of my most anticipated figures since it got leaked a while back, and that is Prequel Yoda. I'm so glad we're getting a 2.0 because this one's from Revenge of the Sith, whereas the original one was from Attack of the Clones. It didn't really look that good. I mean, it looks like Yoda, it's passable, but this one blows it out of the water. The accessories he comes with are amazing. He's got his like kind of little hover chair, of course his lightsaber, his walking stick, and two head sculpts. One with like a neutral expression and one with a more kind of determined, angry expression as well. And of course, he has got swap out hands, swap out feet, so you can have him kind of like going around in the air, jumping around, and seamless forearms, which is so cool. I'm glad that we're getting more seamless forearms with like newer Hot Toys figures. I just really hope they do them for 77 Han. Overall, this is an amazing reveal. I'm so glad we're getting another prequel Yoda because the other one just isn't very good and it's expensive. It really does make me hope that we'll get a new Empire Yoda as well because I'm not a fan of that one either. I would love a 2.0 of that as well. But yeah, this day one, absolutely. And then the next reveal we have is Garazeb Aurelius from Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu. This is one I was pretty confident we'd get anyway, because I think he's going to be in his outfit like this for Mando and Grogu, Ahsoka Season 2, maybe the eventual Heir to the Empire film if that does happen still. This looks great. It looks just like live action Zeb from what we've seen in all the trailers, Mando Season 3. It looks good. I'm not much of a fan of the design anyway. I prefer, that kind of animation accuracy look. So I'd just rather just wait for a Hono release. But it depends. If I enjoy The Mandalorian and Grogu, and I enjoy Zeb in that film, absolutely, I'll definitely get it. It looks great. I love his kind of like U-wing uniform with like the kind of rebel crest, everything like that. I love the blue outfits that they give rebel troopers when they're flying the U-wing. It looks so cool. Other thing as well, of course, he does come with his like bow staff, and it can be posed in like 3 different ways, which is really cool. And of course, he has got implanted wool hair for his chin, his arms, his legs. It looks great. It looks like a really cool figure. I'm glad that Zeb fans can get a figure, but I'd rather just wait for a possible Hono Studios release, if that ever were to happen. And finally, my favourite of the reveals is Clone Commander Gree from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I am blown away. I've been asking for Gree for ages. Like, since I got into Hot Toys, I've been wanting a Gree. He's from my favourite corps in Star Wars, the 41st. He's my favourite Clone Commander. He looked great. I I'm very tempted to get a second, um, which is wild for a named character, but I just love Gree so much. He's such an underrated, cool looking clone. The camo is great. The gunmetal grey, the dark green, the nice green visor. I'm so glad that they got the vents on the helmet right as well. Because if you didn't know, Commander Gree's vents are at the back of his helmet rather than the front. He just looks so cool. You can get him in the crouching pose with Yoda. It's just an unreal looking figure. The only thing is, I'm just very scared that my Revenge of the Sith shelf is just gonna become full of clones soon. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. He comes with the macro binoculars as well, his blasters. He he's just he's perfect. He's gonna be amazing because he's on that kind of like that clone body that Hot Toys have basically perfected at this point. Like the last clone they did, the Airborne Clone Trooper, amazing. So if Gree is just as good, I think he is going to be the contender to be one of the best clones in Hot Toys. I mean, I can't sing like this figure's praises enough. Granted, I haven't got it in hand yet. For all I know, it could just be awful when it comes out. But if it's anything like these pictures, it's going to be amazing. And I'm very tempted to get a second one. And there you have it. That is every Hot Toys reveal that we've just got in the last week. I'm so hyped for these. There's a couple of ones that are a bit meh in there, but most of this is just peak. I cannot wait to get them in hand. And of course, May 4th is coming soon, so you just know There's going to be a lot more Hot Toys reveals, a lot more Black Series TVC. There's going to be a ton of Star Wars reveals soon, and I'm going to cover them all because I just know they're going to be peak. Of course, Mandalorian and Grogu, that's coming soon as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do get some more reveals for that. Maybe a Embo, that'd be kind of cool. Put it with the Clone Wars shelf because the design isn't too dissimilar. But yeah, I think these are some of the best Hot Toys reveals we've got in a while. Honestly, the best we've got all year so far. I'm so hyped, and yeah, I cannot wait to get them. But that's it for today's video. Once again, sorry for missing last week, but I was so busy kind of like moving homes, just kind of sorting everything out with university and work. So thankfully I've gotten that sorted and back to just regularly scheduled at least one video a week, and of course, figure of the week every Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. Goodbye.